Frodo sat on the shores of the Sundering Sea, looking east towards the land where he grew up and went on the greatest adventure any hobbit ever had. He thought of the good times spent in the Shire. He thought of Aragorn ruling Gondor. He briefly thought of the ring, but mostly he thought of his dear friend Samwise Gamgee. Deep in thought, Frodo stared out at the waves and noticed the sails of an elven ship slowly approaching. He smiled as he wondered if, just maybe, Sam was aboard this boat and coming for one final reunion. Welcome to Middle-earth Express, where we uncover interesting bits of Middle-earth lore and explain them in a concise and approachable way. Join us and come aboard for more Lord of the Rings content. After the War of the Ring and the destruction of Sauron, Frodo returned to the Shire, intending to live out his days there. Finding Saruman had taken over, the hobbits gathered their townsfolk and fought back in what's known as the Battle of the Bywater. After successfully ousting the corrupted wizard, Frodo was elected mayor of the Shire for 6 months, leading the rebuilding efforts of his homeland. He attended Sam's marriage to Rosie Cotton, slowly wrote his book, shared drinks, and danced with his friends at the Green Dragon Inn. But something had changed. He was still deeply affected by his Morgul blade stab wound from the Witch King of Angmar on Weathertop and the extreme burden the ring had put on his spirit. Knowing of his ailments, Arwen thought it best to send Frodo to Valinor, the undying lands to the west, to heal his wounds. She worked with Gandalf to get permission from the gods of Middle-earth to allow Frodo and Bilbo passage to Valinor. They departed the Grey Havens at the end of the Third Age. They took the straight road to the Undying Lands and arrived at Tol Eressëa, an island off the coast of Valinor. Frodo and Bilbo were permitted to live out their days here, reflecting on their time in Middle-earth and healing from the trauma of the ring and their respective quests. Tolkien's version of the afterlife for Frodo in Valinor is unique. While not immortal, his life is greatly extended due to his proximity to the Undying Lands, and it provides him with relief from his wounds, but he cannot return to Middle-earth or communicate with anyone there. Death is seen as a gift granted to mortal beings on Arda, the planet Lord of the Rings takes place on, and Frodo is extended this gift at a time of his choosing. When ready and at peace, Frodo can embrace death willingly and without fear. The fanbase is slightly torn on the subject, but many believe that Frodo did reunite with his close friend before the end of his life. After the passing of his wife, we know Sam sailed to Valinor with the elves. He was allowed passage due to his quest with Frodo and his brief time being a ring-bearer. When Sam arrived, he was 102 years old, and Frodo would have been 114. While old for a hobbit, it's very possible Frodo could still be alive due to his healing and proximity to Valinor. Those hopeful fans believe Sam and Frodo lived out their days peacefully on Tol Eressëa and slipped past the circles of the world together. Thanks for watching, and please comment your thoughts on Frodo's life after the War of the Ring below.